When you build your own company or work on your own projects, it's not necessarily about the end result, but about the resilience that you show when things don't work your way. Why? Well, because you're going to make a lot of mistakes. I have been working in the marketing and design industry for over 8 years, have founded several companies and made countless mistakes along the way. But it's not about the mistakes you make, it's about the learning process. And I have always believed that making your own mistakes is an excellent way of learning. But hey, why not just skip all of that pain by learning from somebody who has made those mistakes already before? So, today I'm going to show you the 8 SaaS mistakes I wouldn't do a second time. Let's dive in. Welcome back to Design with Value, where I will help you build a successful business with powerful strategies, marketing and design. My name is Oscar, pumped to hang out with you today. I hope you're well. Now, making mistakes is only human, and most of the time it's going to be like this. You take the hit, fall down, get up again, and learn from your mistake. Most of your mistakes will not be that serious. In SaaS, however, there are some mistakes you should avoid at all costs, because they can kill your business. So it's better to know them now and not fall for them later. Let's check them out. We start with one of the most important topics, validating your idea. If you have a great idea, people will eventually buy it, right? Unfortunately, this is often not the case. I've told this story many times. I remember joining a startup about 7 years ago. Our team was passionate about the idea and we all felt it was worth going for. So we saw no need to test the concept and just continued to invest time and resources. We thought, yeah, it's cool, people will surely like it. So what happened next? You guessed it. Our solution failed because we didn't get any customers. No one saw the value in our solution. So if we had done market research and validated the idea beforehand, we would have realized early on that the product was not solving a real customer problem. I mean, it was a cool idea, but there was no real value in it. Validating our idea early on might have allowed us to change or scrap the idea without too much loss. The lesson is that no matter how much you believe in your idea, you need to validate it. When you start your business, it is important to know if there is a demand for your product, because it's frustrating to put effort and resources into developing a product only to find out that no one is going to use it. You can validate your idea through market research, customer interviews, or by testing a minimum viable product with a small group of target customers. The second big mistake to avoid is not sharing your story early on. But what does that mean? Often people feel that they have nothing of value to share, especially early on when they have just started their business. But don't be fooled. I always recommend sharing your story early on. Especially in the beginning, people want to see your progress. They want to give early feedback. They want to be part of your success story. By sharing your journey or your product early on, for example, by sharing your product ideas, showing the challenges you have overcome, or by introducing new team members, you can create fans for your products and build long-term relationships with people. And that is exactly the kind of support you want. In addition, by sharing your journey early on, you can get valuable customer feedback on your ideas. But how can you do early marketing if your product is not yet available? Well, let's say your startup or your SaaS company offers an app. You could share your first sketches, dribbles, or wireframes with your social media community. That way, people can see your progress and give you valuable feedback and ideas right away. There are 19 proven marketing channels you could choose. All of them have worked for different companies before, but this does not mean that these marketing channels will bring you the same success. So it's important that you find the marketing channels that work best for your specific target audience. Because if you don't, I can tell you right now that you won't be successful. But even though there are 19 marketing channels, people often use the ones they are familiar with. They have worked with social media ads before, so they stick with it, regardless of whether they have ever seen success with this channel. What people often fail to realize is that marketing is all about testing. And in the beginning, no one can tell you which marketing channel will give you the results you're looking for. So if there is a marketing guru telling you otherwise, you better be careful. Every audience is different and there is no one size fits all. So that's why you need to test it. And by running quick tests, you can find out which marketing channel might provide the traction you're looking for. And if you find that a channel is not giving you a return, you need to change it. In the description below, you can find one of my articles to learn how to find the best marketing channels for your business and how to plan your experiments the right way. Hey friend, we get back to the episode in just a second, but I wanted to give you a gift for hanging out with me today. I want to give you my 3 powerful worksheets for your business success. These are 3 worksheets that will help you improve your sales funnel right now. You can print them out, put them on your desk, and use them as you work on your business. It does not matter if your business is already established or if you're just starting out. You will learn the key questions to accelerate your growth. You will learn all about the different metrics you need to measure your success. You will learn how to improve those metrics, and you will learn about the different marketing channels you can use to get new customers. You will be able to take massive action towards building a business that you love. Now, these are PDFs. They are fast, they're easy. Those are not ebooks, so it won't take you a lot of time. It's more about taking action and doing the right things in the right order. So go to designwithvalue.com/gift and download your powerful worksheets right now. It's designwithvalue.com/gift. Now back to the episode. The next mistake you need to avoid is not getting enough customer feedback. Customer feedback is one of the building blocks of any successful service or product. I mean, do you want to keep customers in your business? Get customer feedback. Want to make an even better product? Get customer feedback. The reason why customer feedback is so important is that it is one of the most valuable resources for improving your product. And it can also help you not only to keep customers, but also to create a community of raving fans who will recommend your service for free. When I look back at my first startup journey, we did not get any customer feedback at all. It was a black box of best guesses. But best guesses cannot be the basis of a successful business. So collect customer feedback regularly and show your customers that their feedback was valuable. Knowing your goals is the first step to business success. Tracking the KPIs and underlying metrics to reach your goals is the next step. Tracking your metrics can become an obsession as you watch your dashboard every hour and hope to see an improvement in your metrics. I know that feeling. However, this should never be the goal. We will talk about vanity metrics in a moment, but for now, remember that metrics are there to guide you to success. And if you have the right metrics in place, you will be able to tell whether you're getting closer to your goal or further away from it. So even if you have a small business, make sure you're tracking the metrics that affect your success. This includes not only the basic business metrics such as customer acquisition cost or customer lifetime value, but also the metrics that are important to your marketing materials or your website. For example, bounce rate or conversion rate. This may sound complicated, but just make sure you know what you're trying to achieve in the long term and what the underlying metrics are that will help you determine whether you're moving closer or further away from that goal. Looking at vanity metrics. Okay, metrics are important, you know that. I mean, if you don't track your numbers, how do you know if you're getting closer to your goal or further away from it? But there is a particular kind of metric that is counterproductive to measure. These are called vanity metrics. Vanity metrics are metrics that look great on the surface, but don't have any real business impact. For example, if you build an app and you get 1 million downloads, that looks pretty great on the surface. But if you dig deeper and find out that you only have 100 active users per week, the number of downloads is irrelevant. And this is a classic vanity metric. Other vanity metrics are likes, shares, and impressions on social media. They may look cool, but if no one is buying from you, these metrics are useless. What I have learned along the way is to not measure too many metrics, but to focus on those that have a real business impact, on the KPIs, the key performance indicators. Focus on these KPIs and the underlying metrics and make sure you avoid vanity metrics or measure them, but don't let them fool you. We have already discussed the importance of experimenting to find the best marketing channels for your business. But experimentation should not stop there. When I talk about experimenting, I'm also talking about your website, your app, and the service you provide. Let me give you an example. Back in our startup days, we created a landing page where people could sign up for our SaaS product. The product was in a B2B space, so there were no direct sales through the website. And people signed up for the product, so we were quite happy. The website was built on best practices, a headline that showed the value, a short introduction video, a call to action that showed people what to do next. You know the drill. However, we never experimented with the layout, the color of the call to action button, or any other elements that could have had a significant impact on our key metric, the conversion rate. My point is this: if you don't test and experiment, you're leaving a lot on the table, and you'll never know if you could have done any better. I think we often feel that we don't want to experiment because we're afraid of losing the status quo, but that's an illusion. If you don't experiment, your business cannot grow. By experimenting regularly, you learn what works and what doesn't work. So test your stuff regularly to see how your customers react to it. Falling in love with your product. The last mistake, and probably one of the most difficult ones to avoid, is not falling in love with your product. I mean, you have been working on a product or a service for a long time. You got some success and celebrated your victories. And that's great, and you should be proud of yourself. But what you should never do is to fall in love with your service or your product. Falling in love with your solution has one major downside, and that is that you will not be honest with yourself when things get tough. For example, if the numbers don't show the growth you're looking for, you will find excuses instead of solutions. And that should never happen. Think of it this way. As a founder, it's necessary to believe in your service. Otherwise, you wouldn't be in business. But you should always put on your CEO hat and analyze the business objectively. This means that it is your job to find the problems in your business and solve them. And worst case, as a CEO, you have to be able to kill your darlings. Looking back at my startup story, we should have killed the product as soon as we realized there was no market for it. But we were so convinced of the solution that we just couldn't. So don't make the same mistake as I did. So these are the 8 SaaS mistakes I wanted to avoid. Of course, there are many more, but if you avoid these 8 mistakes, your chances of success will increase dramatically. Now, to wrap up this episode, let me know in the comments below which business mistake you would not make again, and also make sure to check the link in the description to find the best marketing channel for your business. All right. I hope this episode was valuable to you, and I'll see you in the next one real soon. Bye bye.